Basket weaving is the most prolific and best known traditional Indian art in California. Starting in the late 19th century and continuing throughout the 20th century, collectors sought baskets woven by California Indians. Mary Hunter Austin, a lifelong defender of Native Americans, was recognized as an expert in Native American poetry. In her book, The Land of Little Rain, 1903, Austin writes, "The weaver and the warp lived next to the earth and were saturated with the same elements. Twice a year in the time of white butterflies, and again when young quail ran neck and neck in the chaparral, Sayavi cut willows for basketry by the creek where it would wound toward the river against the sun and sucking winds. It never quite reached the river except in far between times of summer flood, but it always tried, and the willows encouraged it as much as they could. Whenever Sayavi cut willows for baskets was always a golden time, and the soul of the weather went into the wood. If you had ever owned one of Sayavi's golden russet cooking bowls with the pattern of plumed quail, you would understand all this without saying anything."
My name is Nicola Larson. I'm an enrolled member of the Tule River Tribe, and my people are Yalumni from the Kern County area. My reservation, basket weaving was disappearing. So in 2002, as a part of our language class here on the reservation, and Jennifer and her mother participated in our class too because we're related. Jennifer and I are second cousins. Her mother and I are first cousins. So we started talking about basketry with my aunts who were our mentors and original speakers. And as a part of that project, we brought back basket weaving. There wasn't that many people, maybe one person on our reservation who basket. The design that I know of, there was like butterfly, earthworm, rattlesnake designs, pine trees, mountains, rivers, lightning. Um, those are the ones that I could think of right now. But on a ceremonial part of it, the rattlesnake basket was made for ceremony, and it had three specific designs on it, which would be the rattlesnake design, which is the diamond, and then the ants design, which is little stacked, looking like little ant trails, and then also the water bug. I guess they call them water skaters. Those were three specific things that were put on the rattlesnake basket.
On February 20, 2016, the 32nd Annual American Indian Art Show Marin was held.
At the American Indian Art Show, we met with Dr. Jan Timbrook, the curator of ethnography at the Santa Barbara Museum. She is now working with Chumash Indians baskets that were commissioned by the Spanish. These 6 unique baskets have Spanish colony coins embedded into them. They were made by the women of the tribe in the early 1800s. However, a recent discovery was made regarding these baskets. Dr. Timbrook found several fragments of white feathers woven into Maria Marta presentation basket in the Hearst Museum collection. This had never been found before in Chumash baskets, and Dr. Timbrook stated that she is researching and trying to figure out why this particular woman chose to use feathers in her baskets. Dr. Timbrook is trying to find out whether the feather is important to their beliefs and what type of birds these feathers are from. Once she was granted permission to remove 1/4 inch long feather for testing, for the past 6 months, she has been sending samples to specialists like the Smithsonian, hoping to find DNA and figure out what kind of a bird the feather came from. So far, she has not been able to find out the species of the bird the feather came from, but she is still investigating and hoping to share her findings with the public.
Yeah, the issue that we have that hit us the hardest was the drought. It caused our plants not to grow, in abundance like they did before. The red bud dried up quicker than it usually does. It didn't really give us a chance to gather any, and it threw the seasons out. Like usually we gather red bud after the first cold in the fall, and our sourberry we gathered, when it started growing, kind of like springtime, and it threw our seasons off completely, and the plants just didn't grow like they did before. So that was the biggest issue, was the drought. Weaving's important because it's a tradition of my tribe. And it's just like language. It's part of who I am. And if I didn't weave, if I didn't learn to speak my language, I wouldn't be who I am today. A lot of people I've heard, wherever I go, they always say, if you lose your tradition, you lose your culture, you lose your language, you lose who you are. So it's a part of building who I am.
SEBA traditional gathering policies support Native cultural practitioners in harvesting culturally significant plants for traditional uses on lands administered by the agencies consistent with laws, regulations, and policies.
What good will your dead get, Seyavi, of the baskets you burn? Said I, coveting them for my own collection. Thus, Seyavi, as much good as yours of the flowers you strew. I am the white flower of twining, little white flower by the river. O flower that twines close by the river, O trembling flower, so trembles the maiden heart.